Hey, I'm excited today. In this box is brand new to me, and probably to most of you guys, Lionsteel Nano. That's a knife that just came out, and my dealer lucked out and secured a very early shipment of these knives. So there's not a lot of review material on these knives on the internet other than interviews with the actual makers. And I decided to do a full feature because this knife is totally deserving of your attention. I had it for about 24, 30 hours, and I could not put it down, and I enjoyed playing with it, learned quite a few things, but not everything there is to know. So some of the things you will see in this video will be done by me for the first time, and you will be discovering things as I go. Plus, there are a couple things that I do that you expect from my channel. They're also included in this video. So stick around, let's go. This is how it's packaged. You saw me take the sleeve out. Beautiful box, but very inexpensive. Looks like it's all recycled cardboard, very European. Here's a burlap micutter. The frame of the knife and the lock are all titanium. And it comes with a handy dandy little tool that's designed to adjust the pivot and the screws. They're all T8. And then this little fella, which is a flicker tab, it comes off. It comes off if it's illegal to carry a flicker knife in your jurisdiction. You can just simply take the little tab here off using this tool they provided and a T6 bit or T6 side of this tool, and simply unscrew it goes like this. You unscrew it, it comes off. Pretty neat. Doesn't take much effort to put it back on. It has a self-locating, self-orientating feature. A lot of the design solutions on this knife are world-class and way out there ahead of everybody else. I don't want to do a typical disembodied hand review that some of the big names in knife reviewing will be soon publishing about this knife, I'm sure. I just want to do it my own way. So I'm going to give you 5 things that this knife is and 5 things that this knife is not. So let's jump right into it. And number 5 thing this knife is easy to carry due to its low height. Right there in this direction. You can place it in your pocket, and then you can place your rigid wallet in the same pocket, and they will line up and not scratch each other or clink on each other. Number 4 thing this knife is easy to maintain. It has an open frame construction and very easy way to disassemble it. 1, 2, 3 screwed connections. So easy to maintain. Number 3, it's easy to run. It flicks nicely. I would compare it to the Chris Reeves Sebenza in that respect. It does not fly out like some other knives, but with just a hair with a wrist flick, it works great. And number 2 thing that this knife is, it's beautifully designed. Look at the design features. I'm talking about aesthetic design, not the engineering design. We can talk about that later. But look at the millwork on the titanium. Gorgeous. The pocket clip, also titanium. Beautiful shape, very functional, very lightweight. It is a well-conceived knife. And the number 1 thing this knife is, it is charismatic. That is what's gonna make you wanna buy this knife. When you line it up with best knives out there, the highest end brands, it will fall into the same category as Chris Reeves or Chavez. It's a knife that when you see it laying down, you'll wanna pick it up and handle it. It is cool, and it has more charisma than a Clint Eastwood movie. Kind of date myself here. Let's appreciate the knife for a few seconds. Is it just me, or can you see the split personality with hardworking micutter on one side and highly refined gentlemanly titanium on the other? And now 5 things that this knife is not. This knife is not a tactical knife. If you compare it to the blades that are designed for more of a tactical self-defense applications, it's a lot less pointy. But it will pierce anything that you need to pierce, because look at the grind on this blade. The blade geometry is beautiful. And the number 4 thing this knife is not, it's not a true gentleman's knife. It's just too sort of beefy and kind of hefty. Even though the titanium versions have a lot more detail than this version, like they have accent colors in all the grooves, they're gorgeous, totally worth checking out, and they're only $44 more than this plain Jane burlap micarta. And obviously their carbon fiber version, it's a little more subdued and also beautiful, but I would not categorize it as a gentleman's knife for the simple reason it's begging to do work. And the number 2 thing it is not going to rust. With Magnacut blade and all-around titanium hardware, there is nothing on it to rust. Stick around for disassembly and we'll find out for sure. And the number 1 thing it is not going to fail you. Look at the chunk of the Magnacut they call a blade here. It's 4.5 millimeters thick. That's 3/16 of an inch, 0.138. As compared to Hogdeka, whose Magnacut blade I recently broke. There's a video about that. And the thickness, you can fit 2 of these into 1 of those. Failure is not going to be a concern. But you know what? We'll do a torch test. And the time has come to disassemble this baby. So, let's see how we're gonna do it. This is T8 and this is T8, and we're gonna insert it here. Gently now. I believe these are titanium pieces here. Ooh. It's torqued more than T8 screw supposed to be torqued to 12 inch-pounds. There's more, and I feel that it probably has some type of Loctite, which in my humble opinion of a experienced engineer is not quite necessary for titanium. But let's make sure it is titanium. And here's a magnet, 0 attraction, nothing, titanium, awesome. How awesome is this? So now I'm gonna push out this, maybe not so fast, okay, it's moving. I'm gonna leave it be for now, because next I wanna do is remove the, I'm gonna leave the clip in place, and then I'm gonna remove these 2 screws. This one was not Loctited, interesting. Came loose on the first little motion. Okay. I'm excited. Ooh, I'm looking at the back side of this knife, or the top, bottom, I don't know. This excites me, the hex bolt. I haven't seen, you know, they missed an opportunity. They should have engraved something on it, like what class bolt it is or something like that. All right, let's see if the magnet will pick it up. Yeah, magnet picks up the screw, but very light. So it is a titanium alloy. I think they, so it's pretty good size magnet, but there's almost no attraction. So I think it's some kind of ferrous alloy, but it's very stainless. So I don't know what comes off. Do I need to take this off? And did they provide a tool? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, or I should say lady and gentlemen, this tool is also a hex wrench for this bolt. Check this out. I am giddy with excitement. Look at this. Oh my God. Yes. Zen. Oh my God. I'm gonna start screaming in Italian. Madonna, che bellissimo! Mille grazie, signore e signore di Lionsteel. How do I do with my Italian? Oh my God. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Okay, so my cutter is protected by this washer. Washer is basic stainless. Okay. And this bearing, now I see why they call it double crown. Check this out. That's the first time I see it. Benchmade, take notes. You know, in my Benchmade Narrows, which is like almost a $600, I didn't pay $600, but the MSRP is $580. They put cheapest nylon bearings that I've ever seen. I've seen the same bearings on like CJRB knives that are $40. Anyway, look at this bearing. I'm gonna make sure you can see it here. There it is. Amazing. It's not your cheap white nylon. It's some kind of phenolic resin type material. Incredible. Now I'm removing the blade. And I have no idea. I have not seen any videos on how to disassemble this knife. I'm relying on the fact that it's just a basic frame lock and it shouldn't be that hard. All right, check out the milling work. All right, I don't even know where to start. So this pin is pressed in. So when I reassemble, I don't have to finagle. I don't have to look for it. It's not gonna fall out. I love that. Very well thought through for maintainability. This here is a G10. It's held in place by this like flat key here, which also serves as the nut for this bolt here. See? All right, 2.5 millimeters. I was gonna guess that. This is probably 2 millimeter. And don't expect it to be non-metric. It's definitely metric. 2 millimeter, 2.5 millimeter, and let me eyeball it. I'm gonna say this is also 2 millimeter here. No, 2.5. I'd be wrong. Okay, so these are 2.5s. Here's your second bearing. I want to remove it because I hate having lube in there. Oh, look at that. That's another feature that I start seeing more and more on knives. They recess the bearing into the scale. So what happens is the bearing is actually protected by the metal around it. So there's no way for the debris to sneak into there. I do think they overdid a little bit on the lube here. I don't like having lots of lube in a pocket knife. I really am opposed to having a wet lubrication in your pocket when you're carrying the knife. And this knife is extremely well developed. So first they design it aesthetically, then they design it from an engineering point, and then they develop it into manufacturable product. And this one, I find no faults with it at all whatsoever. So I'm gonna dry assemble it. I'm replacing this, and now I'm going to sneak the pivot in. I should have done the pivot first and then just, you know, like it's a child's play. Maybe that's why guys like these kind of toys, is because it's like playing with your toy set. This is also a double crown bearing. I believe blade was the next item that needs to go onto here. And wow, oh my gosh, if I had time, if I didn't want to bore you to death, I would pull out some of my inexpensive flippers. I said flipper again, flickers. I would pull out some of my inexpensive flickers, and they leave this here short and open, like so that they can machine it easily. This is fully enclosed, so it creates additional strength. So if you apply a lateral pressure on this knife, as in prying it, it is not likely to break off like some knives that I own. This is like a D2 push button knife, but you can see the groove was not fully enclosed right here, so it breaks right off. This knife is beefy. Bearing can go on first. Yep. Then this guy. But this is awesome. Oh my God, look at this, guys. Ah, I love it. I love this feature. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Look at this. And it fits, like, it doesn't just like loosely like your typical open wrench. Like, it fits. Wow. Bravo ragazzi. Bravo ragazzi. Bravo, bravissimo. Awesome. In case I have 2 or 3 Italian viewers, please feel free to make fun of my accent. All right. Over tightened. See, I went in, did not have to hold this side, as you notice, and it tightened up nicely. Oh, it flicks nicely. There is zero play. I have to tell you guys, whatever, magic, peppercini they spread on this, this is a solid knife. And I'm sorry, Chris Reeves. This was it. This was the break-in period for this knife right there. You guys just witnessed. Look at this guy. Let me try it without the... Yeah, no wrist flick. Oh, hold on. I can do it. Ah, almost. No, I'm going to need a wrist flick on this. Boom. Yep. Middle finger, like... Anyway, but I don't think I can still... Ooh, wait a second. Almost. Yes, with the index finger, not exactly. Wow. I'm psyched. All right, time to show you the torture test. All right, it's a nice evening, and if you've seen any of my previous videos, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's about to happen. This tree has claimed 8 knife tips so far. They're still stuck in there. I will count down in Italian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. E allora 32. And that's when Magnacut done right. And here's a circle of shame. Those are the knives who did not make it through this test. They did not survive the tree of doom. Their tips are still stuck in this tree. And then I had to reshapen and resharpen these knives, which I enjoy doing, so it's okay. Hey, can you tell? I really love this knife. And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to book me a like, share it with your friends, or subscribe if you haven't already. I'm always getting new knives, and I'm always working on the next video so you can enjoy it. Thank you.